Hello everyone, my name is Bryn Murphy, and in this video I'll be looking at the historical development of special effects in film. From their original application in silent films to the state-of-the-art equipment revolutionizing the industry today, special effects have developed and expanded into what they are now. Special effects have always combined illusion and innovation. Georges Méliès, a magician himself, who became an early filmmaker, distorted reality with simple camera techniques in the early 1900s, something the world had never imagined before. Méliès enjoyed jump cuts, stage illusions, and hand-painted frames on A Trip to the Moon in 1902. This peddled the illusion of a fantasy world richly described. It was not just for entertainment's sake, it was pioneering. Méliès laid the groundwork for everything that followed. By the 1930s and 40s, studios were using matte paintings, forced perspective, and rear projection to build cinematic worlds. Films like The Wizard of Oz and King Kong used those low-tech effects to make fantasy a reality. Filmmakers constructed tornadoes, flying monkeys, and monsters years before digital technology. Artists were literally constructing worlds piece by piece, frame by frame, and the effects were pure magic. Great change arrived in the late 1970s with Star Wars. George Lucas and Industrial Light and Magic raised the bar with motion-controlled cameras, miniatures, and compositing. They made it look easy to create space battles that were more realistic than anything ever achieved before. This worked to start a sci-fi renaissance. The effect of these practical effects on narrative was huge. People weren't just looking at the effects, they were believing them. Then there was Jurassic Park in 1993. It changed the world with a digital dawn as it mated together animatronics and CGI. The dinosaurs walked, roared, and even breathed again like no one ever thought was possible. They had discovered mass, emotion, and presence. There was a seismic shakeup that heralded a new era of computer-generated imagery. Then Avatar in 2009. James Cameron blended the performance capture and virtual cameras. The actors could perform like Na'vi in completely virtual settings. The level of detail, from the facial features to the bioluminescent forests, were unprecedented. Visual effects weren't just a component of the film, they were the film. Today we're entering the era of virtual production. Series like The Mandalorian use massive LED walls and real-time game engines to render environments live on set. Actors aren't staring at green screens anymore. They're acting inside immersive, reactive digital worlds. It's a blend of old and new, physical and virtual, practical and digital. Special effects are as good as the story they're supporting. From Méliès to Cameron, the best effects have never been about the spectacle itself. They're about the magic of transporting us to a world that doesn't really exist. With trickery and cleverness, they're able to help us witness the impossible and connect with the unbelievable. As future storytellers, students, and creators, we've got to keep expanding on these tools, not just to entertain, not to distract, but to move. The filmmaker's future is expanding more than ever. Let's continue to push the boundaries while holding on to the fact that it's soul and story that render the special effects and make it magical.